All right, so I've been stalling with this video long enough, but we are going to be finally using Anne versus all of the demonic beasts in the game. Now again, this character has been really fun, especially using her in PvP. If you don't know where this character is from, this is from Fortnite's Apocalypse. The recent chapter kind of showcases her, and we kind of knew that this character was going to be a kind of a character coming up soon because they pretty much had her art skills already in that story. So we already knew this character was going to get released. We just didn't know when, and obviously this character is for the part 2. And again, with this character is really nice. Again, a very good DPS slash support character for Fortnite's Apocalypse, and her debuff for her stab wound is a gray debuff, so that means it's able to be used against the bosses, which then means she's gonna be hitting like a truck. So hopefully this all works out. Again, make sure you guys like and subscribe again for more fun content. For my character, she's gonna be rocking HP slash defense, and that's because I already know that most characters you want to run is HP slash defense, because again, in the overall CC department, and especially when you play this character in gear PvP, you want to have the highest CC possible. Even though I know this character probably would benefit of going with an attack set, I'm gonna go with HP slash defense just because again, with her skill or passive, she's gonna deal a lot of damage regardless. But again, hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's see what we can do. All right, so here we are using Anne versus all of the demonic beasts in the game. Now again, she's a pretty cool character because again, she does have 2 single targets, which if you're a person who have Blue Roxy, this is going to be super beneficial at pretty much grinding the demonic beast. Because again, if you don't know, with Blue Roxy, depending on if you use a single target that crits, you will get an extra damage dealt, which means extra damage, death damage, which could be really nice. And again, she also have her stab wound passive as well too, which is a gray debuff, which is actually pretty amazing because now that means you can actually apply this to demonic beasts without any worry. I believe also her stat wound also decreases the damage you take as well from the person as well too. So that also is really good. And then they also get hit with that damage dealt. So now you have that and a little bit of damage being reduced, so you can tank a little easier. As you can see, pretty much I'm flying through the demonic beast pretty easily. And again, that's because, like I said before, when you have Blue Roxy, having single target characters is really a must, because again, the more you crit with your single targets, the easier it is to bypass those damage cap shenanigans. So again, you want damage cap characters to kind of help you fly through the demonic beast. And then we just go for Anne card, and then it's gonna be pretty much be GG. And I think she also get like I think it was 150% damage dealt, I think, on her single target as well too. Let me make sure. Let me look at the GC database. That's the GC database patch notes. Yeah, so she pretty much the pierce race is increased for every Fortnite Apocalypse on an ally in the field. And you decrease the damage taken, which is really good. And it says the stab wound damage taken plus 30%. Oh, it's damage taken plus 30%. And the damage is equal to 80% of damage dealt to in every turn. And then the hero attack related stats increased by 50%. Okay, so that makes some more sense. So her stats are getting increased by 50%. See, like, it's always good because, you know, I always forget about sometimes the characters pass and stuff like that. Just because there's so many characters that are in the game. So sometimes you don't remember everything every little character does. So it's always good to, like, you know, take a look back at it. But yeah, she's really good for the bird. Did it pretty fast. Now we on the deer. Again, the deer is the same thing where pretty much you have to just farm it with using your regular single target skills. Again, the only thing you got to worry about is you have to have a color for each attribute, right? So you need green, blue, and red. Sometimes you can run double colors, but you got to make sure for the phases that are like phase 2 and phase 4, you have at least one of those colors, because again, it could kind of affect your run. Like you see on this one, phase 2, you can see you got to follow the rule, or you get hit with a certain type of debuff. Sometimes it could be attack skill, getting you get an attack skill debuff, so then you can't attack, or you know, you get frozen, or you get like a corrosive debuff. It all depends on which floor you are on. But again, you just gotta remember that on phases 4 and 2, you have to follow the color wheel, depending on whatever character you start off with. Sometimes people like to use light and dark characters for those moments, but again, you gotta be very careful using light and dark characters, because there are some color wheels where you have to start off with the color wheel to be able to deal damage. Like on this floor 2, on phase 2, you have to pretty much start off with the color wheel to be able to do damage, which kind of makes light characters very hard to use. But again, some people do like to use those characters light and dark, just because again, they are really good characters. Like you see this one where he has the damage reduction buff, and you see as I go through the color wheel, now I can finally do damage because it's gone. And then we also apply the stab boom, which means the damage taken is going to be 30% more on the deer. I was thinking about using Lancelot instead of Roxy. I really like Roxy in terms of her you know, the damage dealt if you just crit with a single target. It's just so helpful with dealing with bosses with a extreme damage cap, and it makes it just a lot easier. Now the only thing that usually sucks when using a character like Roxy is sometimes you end up doing too much damage on certain characters, and that could be very crazy, because there are some bosses who if they fall below a certain threshold, then they fully heal. Like on the deer on the fourth floor 3 phase 4, but Roxy could end up having you do way too much damage, which is kind of crazy to say, like, yo, this character is making me do too much damage. But it makes totally sense when you're trying to like farm it and stuff like that without thinking too much. But you just gotta be careful with those type of moments. Again, there are some people who literally count like how many, you know, bars that character pretty much does. I ain't gonna lie to you, I really don't be doing that, even though I should. Be like, yeah, this character takes away 3 bars and stuff like that, or 4 bars, especially because they definitely show it. Just that sometimes I just like to play freely. Yeah, and dang, she just did so much damage. Then we got, again, we just want to make sure we got the color wheel. Card for color wheel, you can see I got a blue, green, and a red card. So that's gonna be really nice to complete the color wheel on phase 4. But again, if you somehow do too much damage against the deer, you can always just reset by closing the game, and it will leave you at the turn where you once was going to attack. You just gotta do it at the exact moment where you pretty much see that the boss or you are doing too much damage. So the boss will fully heal. And that's what we like to call a reset. So now we got to see how much damage you can do. See, I did way too much damage, and now I'm about to reset. Yeah. See, I reset right there. And now we're about to try it again. Let's see how this goes this time. And this time we was able to complete it without forcing the full heal. So this time we on the dogs. Dogs is gonna be a little bit difficult, just because again, we are not using Roxy this time, using Mazzino, which I ain't gonna lie. You know what? I wouldn't say this is hard. Okay, the Mazzino shield actually is really broken, because now it allows us to pretty much be able to get rid of the dogs pretty easily without taking too much damage. Like his shield on this type of team is just cracked. Like it's a really powerful shield, and not too many characters can break through the shield. So it's really nice. And we just gonna go for that. Now this is fine because you're gonna get hit with the damage dealt afterwards because of the stab boom. And now we're gonna ult and then finish off with Mazzino. Did 1 million, and then boom, the other dogs is gone. It's really nice. All right, so this time we on floor 2. Again, we just be doing the same thing where we're just trying to get rid of the boss on the first turn. Again, the flame one is the one that's really annoying. Usually with this team, you know, Lancelot is like 5 out of 6 mines. Usually want 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 6 just because obviously the death damage is gonna be greater, and you're gonna start noticing on like the other demonic beasts that having a higher dupe Lancelot is gonna be very beneficial. Just that unfortunately that when it comes to festivals, they only come or return like probably like every 6 months. So let's say Lancelot came out in what, November. The next time he's gonna come out is probably what, December, January, February, March, April, May. The May, which is like anniversary for GP. So that's gonna be the next time that you're gonna see Lancelot return. Same thing with the new corrupted Mael. Mael, it takes all the way to what, I think what, October? I think it's like October or September where Mael returns. Again, it's every 6 months where you see a character return. You just always gotta follow a rule every 6 months in terms of the festival. Now for like 600 banner character, like the nonsense and stuff like that, that's kind of like, it all depends on how the devs feel sometimes, because sometimes they could like release it like right away, or you could take months and months and months to reappear, like what we seen with Gelda. Like Gelda took a long time to rerun on as a unfeatured character on banners and stuff like that. So it all depends on what the devs want to do. So we're just gonna go for this and this. Again, if this doesn't kill, it doesn't kill. It does, which is really good. The only thing I don't like about this team is that sometimes you get like so many Thor cards and you don't know what to do afterwards. So we're just gonna go for this. At least you got the stab wound on him. I probably could have used the stab wound first, but it's all good. So now we have Lancelot ults, and then we're just gonna finish him off like this. He's marked. That's gonna be GG. With Lancelot death damage. All right, so now we on Nidhogg, and Nidhogg is usually the one where it's the longest one to do. It's Nidhogg and Ratatoskr where I hate playing these in particular because it takes so goddamn long to like play. These definitely is majority of my time playing versus the old Demonic Beast videos is Ratatoskr and Nidhogg. That's why for whenever I'm doing Ratatoskr, I usually just do floor 1 because let's be honest, most players aren't going to farm up the Ratatoskr like that. So I do it for my sanity's sake of not trying to keep playing it, because there's no point of me doing a video on a character you're probably not going to even try to use on a Ratatoskr. You're going to probably use DK Meliodas and call it a day. All right, let's not waste each other's time. You're gonna run your DK Meliodas and call it a day. So we go for this. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so this time you're gonna use an Ossian CO for card first. The only thing that's bad about this type of team is that you very hard to heal up. So you gotta make sure your team is tanky. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like you gotta make sure your team is tanky, or you have at least a character that can help you heal up a bit. It's very hard for you to tank sometimes. And it's also you need like a stun card, right? Sometimes you need like a card to reduce their damage reduction or get rid of their stance. And sometimes that could be a little bit troublesome just because again you might not get the best RNG sometimes. All right, you do a little bit additional damage, which is good. And dang, she just blasted him. Oh my god. Yeah, she's just so good. She's so good. Like, I like her. You know, honestly, I feel like she's not worth, you know, summoning for. Just because, again, she is a 4-color support, but is not a 4-color character. So it's kind of like hard to me to be like, yeah, guys, summon on this character when all she's just there for like a future-proof character, where she's gonna be like nonsense, where a good character, but the 4-color team has to be built upon. And literally, there's literally like what, 2 characters right now that are 4-color characters, which is Percival and Lancelot. Like, we haven't gotten Tristan yet. We haven't gotten the other 4 knights, and it's gonna be a while before we do see them. Hopefully not, but it's most likely is. Okay, at least we got a heal card though, so that's really good for us. I like it. I like the additional damage dealt though, like, you know, the death damage or something like that. I guess you can't call it death damage. It's just additional damage dealt that she does cause. Because if you start hitting crazy hard with her, the boss HP just gets chipped so heavily. Like, this team is so good in terms of doing damage. Like I said, again, usually want to high dupe Lancelot for this team to work out. We're gonna try to do as much damage as possible. Oh man, we're barely taking any damage too, because we're using Lancelot and stuff like that. So we got extra damage reduction as well. And oh my god, like, character is almost dead. Wait, look at how much damage reduction we got, man. Oh my god. Like, that boss used to hit like so hard. And then also for this one, you want to make sure you have like a Nasi and stance removal card, because this one is where he has the 100% reflect damage on his stance, so you can't like just blast him out of it, right? You have to like at least kill. So again, you gotta be very careful with that, because I definitely had runs where I couldn't pull a Nasi and stance removal card, and it literally killed my run, because he would remove or lower my rank of my Nasi and stance card, and then I can never pull another regular bronze card afterwards. Like right here, I would have runs where it would get ruined because, again, I couldn't pull Nasi's card. So I would say you gotta be very careful with this, because that could affect your run. Like on this one, I pulled it, but you see what I'm saying? Like, that could have hurt my run so much right there, because again, it has 100% reflect damage. But luckily we did get it, and then we was able to use Lancelot, and that's gonna be GG afterwards. Dang, I thought she would kill for the video. Let's see what we got here. All right, so Ratatoskr. Now again, like I said before, I usually do 1 floor of the Ratatoskr, and the only reason why is for my sanity's sake, because again, I already know most of you guys are probably not going to use this character for the Ratatoskr. You're going to use DK Meliodas, the best character. But for people who want to see how well she does, here you go, as usual. But I mean, you can always comment down below if you do want to see her on all 3 of the floors of the Ratatoskr, and I'll see what I can do. Oh wow, I forgot I deleted this. I think I switched out Oh, okay. I know why I did that. I went to double check because I was wondering why my Jormungandr took so much damage. I thought she had like no gear. I forgot to cut that out the video, but it's alright. It's alright. We need the extra watch time, but yeah. I'm probably not going to do all. If you guys want to see me do all the floors of Ratatoskr, you know, you always can comment down below, and I'll see if what I can do. You know, sometimes I do those videos for the Ratatoskr just to see how just to see how well I can deal with the character. Yeah, I should have put like red Termin Link on Jormungandr. That's probably why I was like literally looking at my gear. I was like, wait, why am I taking so much damage on Jormungandr on the first floor? Usually I run like a triple defense on LR Liz just so the boss can target LR Liz. But again, since it's just a quick video, I'm not really going for a meta gear set on my Liz. Alright, but this one you also got to make sure you have all 3 of the debuff cards. You have an ult from Valenti, a bleed card from Jormungandr, and a shock card from Valenti. Because you want to make sure the boss on the Ratatoskr go through all 3 of the logs so you can finally deal good amount of damage, because he has that crazy damage reduction right now. And that's the thing, that's why I really don't be wanting to try to do all the floors of the Ratatoskr, is because it's not a hard boss. It is a gimmick based boss, and by what I mean is you just gotta do a lot of things in terms of like moving him in terms of the logs and kind of watching out for those gimmicks to kind of play against this beast, and that could take a very long time playing it. Usually my Ratatoskr videos, I think last one was like 25 minutes. And mind you guys, I doubled the speed on my Demonic Beast videos. So you seeing 25 minutes on a Ratatoskr video, the actual video I cut was probably 50 minutes or 40 minutes. And that's not that, and those are the good runs. Those are the good runs, chat. We're not even talking about the bad runs I had. So it takes an hour to do Ratatoskr. That's why I usually do 1 floor and call it a day. Unfortunately, man, it just still takes a long time when using like a niche character. Like if I'm using DK Melios, it's probably a lot faster. But since I'm still using like a niche type of team, it definitely takes a minute. Which is why I usually don't put it in my videos or when I do versus all Demonic Beast video. But again, this is gonna probably be the end. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You need using Anne versus all of the Demonic Beasts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was really fun. And again, she is a very cool character. Just from you guys, I'm out. Peace.